Welcome to the Writer's Life, a place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, and where you get the truth about the writer's life. Yes, I got a haircut. I feel so much better. My hair gets wild. It used to just get long and thick. Now at my advanced age, it just gets wild. So you have to make regular haircut appointments. So today, I'm piggybacking on an article Nick Stevenson just sent over the transom. He's a pretty cool guy. Lives in England. He's a Brit. I haven't read any of his stuff, but he's got a lot of good marketing ideas and things like this. And I purchased my website platform through him. He has a site called Author Cats, and if you're an author, you can do a lot worse than his website platform. It's totally geared for authors. And check it out, Author Cats. And I'm not getting paid for shilling that at all. But maybe I should. I don't know. But anyway, check it out. It's not cheap, but I think it's worth it. It's done well for me. So anyway, but he was talking about today, like, what if your book sucks? Now I'm talking about this. Actually, this could go either way. It can go traditional or independent. I've had books published traditionally that were so bad, and I'm talking like New York publishers and whatever, but that the end product was so bad that, like, I can remember my dad being like, "Dude, I'm finding like typos and like the cover sucks. You can't see your name. Like, what are these people thinking? And when that happens, you're just screwed. You're totally screwed. You can't, like, try calling your agent and your editor and just being like, oh, you got to change everything up. You'll hear them laughing before they put the phone down, and whatever. But that's the good side about the independent side of things. Like, okay, so you got to have three main things for a book to be successful, at least initially. I think four things actually, but I'll get to that. You need a good cover, like a really good cover. You need a great product description. And now, I'm not saying like a book summary, which we've all been guilty of, but like basically an elevator pitch that just really attracts the reader. Like, you don't want to give them, they don't want to spend a whole bunch of time reading a bunch of nonsense. And then you need really good writing. Believe it or not, you don't need great writing, which they'll tell you in writing school. You certainly don't need poor writing. That'll kill you. But you need to be able to tell a good story. You need to move things along. You don't want to get stuck. So you need those three things. But there's one other thing that you need in order to make sure that your book doesn't suck. You need luck. You can do all the advertising and marketing you want, but if your book just has bad luck, like if you can't get your mom to buy it, your book is tainted. It just has bad karma. Oh my God, I have several titles that, in fact, one of them has been published like 2 or 3 times by like major publishers. And don't ask me why they keep publishing it, because they can't give it away, and it's like, it's based off one of my best short stories, and I just expanded it, and it takes place in Venice, and I just can't get the damn thing to move. It's my stubborn mule of a book. And then there's books like my book, The Innocent. When that originally came out, in 1999 in hardcover from Delacorte, it only sold like 7,000 copies. Or so. It's for a $250,000 advance. It sold, what they say, modestly. When they say it sold modestly, that's industry talk for like, don't call us, we'll call you. You know, like don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. But I was lucky to get the rights back, and then 10 years later, a little over that, like 11 years later, another publisher puts it out with a really good cover this time, and really good cover, almost like a 3D cover, and just completely revamped it and re-edited and changed the title because from it was called As Catch Can originally, and like no one got that, and the original title had been The Innocent, so we changed it back to its original title. Are you with me here? Changed it back to The Innocent again, and there's a lot of The Innocents out there. I think Baldacci's got one, Harlan's got one, a bunch of others. Anyway, it fits the book, and then boom, it sells 100,000 copies in like 3 or 4 weeks. So, admittedly, that was during the gold rush days of independent publishing and stuff like that, but still, it was an impressive sale, and it led to like a major 6-book deal for me, which was great. So like that can happen. Like the luck may not come right away. The luck may come later on. So you know you can never tell with a book. And then there are most of my books just sell a little bit at a time, little bit at a time. And luckily enough, I'm prolific, so you know I would assume sooner than later I'm going to have 300 or 400 titles to play with, and even if I sold on average like a half a book a day, if that makes any kind of sense to you, that'll still be like $250 a day for me, you know, like, but you got to think long term, and for me, I'm thinking 10 years down the road. Never going to retire, so you know, because I would do this for free, and how many of us writers have written for free before? So anyway, we love it. It's our passion. Anyway, so that's what I want to talk about today. It was kind of like a little. It was a little mixture of everything, and but if your book sucks, if it doesn't have a good cover, change the cover. If you don't have a good product description, change the product description. If the writing isn't good, go over it again. If there's errors, mistakes, misspelling, stuff like that, go over it again, or give it to a really good editor and fix it, and then get it back out there. The better those 3 components are, the more luck you'll have. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.